I think I am. I might be going. I don't know. I think we're live. I don't know. But yeah.
How you been, man? How's break been, man? Christmas
it's
break?
Good. I want to tell you know what? I forgot to tell you happy holidays, bro.
You too,
happy
man.
holidays. Merry Christmas. I don't know, if you celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We come into a new year. Last second dose. I think we coming into our second year. I don't know. Is this our second year?
Yeah.
I think it is our second year. It is.
Yep. Second year, because last year was our first draft coverage. Well, we didn't even cover the draft though, because that was it. We're gonna be better this year, right? I think that's my New Year's resolution. We're gonna be better covering.
We met Penny Sewell's year, so yeah, this is our second year. We met Sewell's year.
Yep. That's fun. That's a good time. Doing the mock off seasons. You remember doing those? That's a good time, man.
I do. Today was we're gonna talk about it. It's like, gee golly willikers, Batman. Let me know when you're ready. Did you get your headphones switched around, or are you good?
I'm good. I'm just gonna roll with it, and if it dies, I'll switch over while we're going. It won't take much. I think we'll be okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we'll be
okay. Positive. Are you positive?
No, you're not positive. Really, but we're trying it.
Okay, so I can run. You ready? Can I run the intro? Are you that ready?
Let's do it.
You got your notes?
I
no
do.
Notes?
I actually took a lot of notes.
Oh, welcome back to the last second dose. What we doing the most? Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know who it is. The Lions figured out a way to ruin our Christmas Eve. But yeah, we must continue. Life must go on. And we're gonna talk about today's game. Lions versus Panthers. It was a real doozy. I don't even know what that means really, but I just wanted to say it. But I got my guy. You already know, my main man, Mr. Mustachio, who might actually be keeping his hair. We're going to talk about that. Mixed Stats, a.k.a. Mixed Stats, the young Simba, that young man. Dose, what's happening, bro? Happy holidays, Dose.
You too, man. Happy holidays, everybody. Hey, Brad,
everybody, happy holidays.
Over there. You got some new stuff on? What's going on, man? It looks like you got a whole new energy. I don't know what it is. It's like, are you sitting higher?
It's negative. It's negative energy.
Good. Well, it's good negative energy.
No,
Duracell.
No, it's negative energy. That's what's going on. Like, shout out to my guy Panda. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate y'all jumping in. We just getting them rocking and rolling. We got to talk about today's game.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, my hair's been growing out, man. It's so long now. We better make the playoffs.
You may not have to cut it.
You may
not. No, I still look. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, yeah, we're still. I think we're still gonna get in, honestly.
Okay,
but
I'm with you.
You ready to dive in, or you? I mean, I don't know.
I got tons of notes, man. I'm ready whenever you are. We can just.
I already know Mixed Stats. You ready? Like me, I'm going pure off eye test on what I seen.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. So I'm just gonna say this is what I felt like I saw. So I think that we're a good team in the NFL. We are. I don't know if it is that the players, the coaching staff took this team lightly. I don't know. Just because they're 5-8 team, I think it was, or 6-8 team. So I don't know if we took them lightly. We came off that Jets win, which was a big win for us. We've been coming off a lot of big wins. I don't know if we got too much ahead of ourselves. Like, is our confidence too high where we didn't take them serious and we was in a fight? We didn't already got punched them off before we knew we was in a fight. Let me put it that way. Because they came out and set the tone early that they was going to control the line of scrimmage. And it showed statistically. I know you got the stats. You're going to drop the stats in a little bit. But just from the eye test, we were getting pushed around. Our defensive line was getting pushed around because the run game was just stupendous. Offensively, golf protection was good, but it wasn't. We've seen better, and we could not get our run game going. So we preach this every week. In order to win football games, we have to control the line of scrimmage. And today, we did not control the line of scrimmage. That's why we got dog walked. That's why we got mopped today. That's why we were never in that game. I shit you not. Excuse my language, but I shit you not. After those first couple of drives, I knew we were going to lose because we cannot stop they run. And it goes back to the previous weeks, bro. We were getting gashed in the Jaguars game. They was gashing us a little bit in the Jets game. They just went away from it. But the thing what the Panthers did, they stuck to the game plan and continued to pound it. And that's how they put up. I don't know if they put up 300 yards rushing. You know the stats. But they put up a lot of yards rushing, and they put it up early. How much they put up? Sorry. How much they put up, bro?
320, 7.1 a pop.
They were gashing us. I don't know if the guys didn't come out ready to play, what it was. I don't want to say it was the weather because they said it was like 20 degrees, but you went to New York the previous week and played in cold weather. So it's like, I'm not using that. I just didn't think we came out ready. I think we got ahead of ourselves. We've been hot and we thought we could just show up and whoop somebody, and we're not there yet. We are a good football team. I think we are truly a good football team. But I'm just upset that today's performance was just disgraceful, bro. We got pushed around offensively and defense. I'm so mad. I didn't even put my sunglasses on. As y'all know, I normally wear the shades. I'm just so mad. Like, I didn't even throw them on. I'm like, I told Dose, like, bro, I'm not even throwing the shades on. I'm so upset. I've been hot. And it ruined my Christmas Eve. But I'm going to try to bounce back because I'm talking to my guy. Dose, go ahead, man. We can get deeper into the game. But I just know straight up, we lost. We didn't win on the line of scrimmage and we got our ass whooped.
Well, I want to add one to what you just said. Because you made a – first off, teams getting away from it. 2 weeks ago, Jacksonville, they had to because we kept scoring. This team didn't have to. My thoughts, and then it's kind of changed after I watched some of those plays back because I tried to watch back some of those runs. First off, I thought they did real well. The first play of the game that they hit was a big run with, I don't know who it was, Hubbard or whatever. It was like the exact same play. It was Hubbard. It was like the exact same play, and you probably have flashbacks too of Jacksonville. Same big run that Deshaun Elliott stripped. But because he stripped it, Anthony. Him. It's like, okay, who cares? But this one did not get stripped. This one was broken, and I liked how they did it because, they used emotion, and then you had Okudah like 15 yards off when he snapped it, probably 10 yards off when he snapped it. So then he's the only dude out there. So I thought first off they game planned pretty well to the point where in the first half, some of the runs that you saw, the trap, they hit that. They had multiple misdirections. They had a couple duo blocks that bounced outside. I thought AA got caught up. I thought the misdirection, our linebackers got caught up. I thought Jeff Okudah was kind of playing like Jeff Okudah was not like making the play. You know what I mean? Like I flipped it. I watched the play from Carolina where you would see their corners on our misdirection just go. Like there was one Jamal got tripped up for 2 yards. Remember it made a 3rd and 3. And our corner, meanwhile, though, the only guy I saw Jerry do it. He missed the tackle, but he shot down. He at least forced the cutback. Jeff was kind of like holding back on it, just like waiting with it. And then he would go. You know what I'm saying? So second,
I do know what you're saying. I do. Go ahead.
I want to give some the positives though. I thought second half though, as a whole, we got better against the run. First off, I thought we adjusted a little bit, as much as we could in that time, which was good. Like first thing being, they started putting their linebacker on the edge because I thought in the first half they did a good job. I think we've talked about this before. When we get like John Kaminsky in the option plays, like the read option or the speed option that they did, you get Kaminsky. They got Hutch on it. I think they got Romeo on one. They got Pascal on one. And it's like that big dude putting him in that spot's tough, right? So I thought one of our adjustments was we would put our linebacker on the line of scrimmage, and then we'd have one linebacker back, one linebacker. So I thought that was an adjustment. They started blitzing Will Harris off the edge, but still the one big run in the second half, Jeff Okudah. He was right there. He was the only guy, ran right off the tackle. He was the only guy there, and he didn't make the tackle. He took off like 50 yards. Then they basically sat down Jeff Okudah and put Mike Hughes in. So in a way, I kind of grew a little bit of like respect for it. I was like, you know what? I respect that because I would have never thought that the Lions would honestly sit Jeff Okudah. I thought it was one of those things where because of who he is, this dude's not going to get sat. They're only going to maybe rotate him with Jerry, even though Mike has played well enough to earn snaps. One second.
You're good. I don't know, man. Okudah wasn't tackling like, to your point, I don't think Okudah was tackling like he normally does.
Yeah.
Nobody was hitting. It was just like we was just getting pushed around, bro. Like, it was mind-boggling. I don't know if it was the cold weather. I'm gonna say it was the cold weather. I'm just gonna have to take it as that because Goff. I think Goff played a solid game. Your boy played a solid game. I really will. Like statistically, he played a solid game. But if you watch, he missed a couple throws. He was under pressure, and we know Goff needs to be fully protected for Goff to be Goff. But he had a couple throws that came up short. Where I'm thinking, like, man, you look like Tim Tebow, bro. Like, what's going on? And he did, bro. And I think it was cold weather. I really do. Okay. He had a couple throws that were off that he normally makes. But this time of the year, you're going to have to be able to play in the cold weather. And I thought he proved that last week. And it's like, I'm just in awe. I'm just shocked that we came out and lost to Carolina. Because as we went through the remaining games we had, Carolina was never an L. Like, we thought maybe we'll get the L in New York. And that was possibly it. But now I'm like, gosh, Lee. We can still talk about the playoffs a little later on, but bro, I was so shocked. I'm not gonna lie, like I normally watch my guys, but I'm telling you, after the first couple of possessions, I'm like, we gonna lose. I went and made breakfast because the games come on 10 a.m. here. I'm serious. I missed some of the game. I need to go back and watch it. Like I really started like moving around the house because it's like we're not about to win this game. I locked in. I'm not going to sit here and say I missed a lot. I watched like 95% of the game, but some points I just needed to get up and walk away because I was so disappointed in our guys. Like like I said, I felt like they thought we've already made it, and we haven't made it yet. Like I get we're 6-1 in the last 7 games. I just feel like they didn't show up. I felt like they took these guys lightly. Like we just beat the Jets, who was considered a top tier defense, this and that. But like Carolina's a solid. They got talent too, bro. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday, anybody can get beat. Right. So you need to show up and show out every Sunday, Saturday today. But we just didn't show up. We really didn't. We didn't. I felt like the play calling was off. Like we just didn't look like our Lions of the past few weeks, 7 weeks. I'm gonna just say even a couple weeks. We just didn't look like ourselves today. We didn't control the line of scrimmage, and normally we control the line of scrimmage. Go ahead, Playboy.
No, I mean, to me, they felt like they came out a step ahead of us on offense. Like, again, like the types of runs that they were doing, it felt like so genius. But at the same time, when you watch the second half, like there was a run, I can show it on here if you want. This one run that stuck out to me. Second half was a good stop. It was Bugs. And it was a run that they did in the first half. And you saw him like leave. I don't know where he was lined up. I think he was lined up inside a guard. And he bounced outside the tackle immediately and like had a negative 4-yard play. Like he adjusted to it. So I thought what like made it also worse is that not only do we, get gashed and stuff in the first half, but then you have the fumble. So the game kind of got away from us a little bit. And then in the second half, it was almost like you had to be perfect, right? The defense kind of had to be perfect, but on a 3rd and 13, when you're stopping the run, you give up a bomb, Jeff Okudah. You have a Isaiah Buggs 15-yard penalty when it's going to be 3rd and long. You had like
that was a terrible call, by the way.
You know what I mean, though? Like it was like it had to be perfect in the second half because you were down so much, and because we actually only had 4 possessions in the first half, and you were already down 17. And it was just like we started to dial back in the run, and then there was just like a couple of key plays that we couldn't get off the field. It's almost like we just basically ran. I felt like we ran out of time in a way. Like we just didn't have time.
100% we did
to get back.
Like 100% we adjusted to tighten up.
It took a half. You know what I mean? Like it took the players and guys defensively a half to get adjusted and start to stop this run game like we know they can, because they were shutting down the zone. They could shut down that basic stuff, but all of a sudden they were hitting us with a lot of creative things in the first half, and it was just like we were a step late to everything. You know what I mean? Everybody started playing faster in the second half.
We did. We ran out of time, 100% to your point. We didn't show up ready to play. Straight up. I mean, that's all that shows, that we just didn't show up ready to play. For us to be stuffing the run like we have been doing these past 7 weeks, excuse me, to let Carolina to come out, control the game, the time of possession, the line of scrimmage. We just didn't show up to play. Shout out to Zaquan real quick with the super chat. I appreciate it. Zaquan, we appreciate it. No run game is why we lost. Goff was our leading rusher, bro. We didn't control the line of scrimmage.
Yikes.
And I don't know, mixed stats. Goff may have been our leading rusher. I don't know. Was he?
You know what? I can check. He is. Yes, I don't know. He was 15.
But he had a couple nice scrambles.
He was.
We couldn't get it going, and it's like, and they got some top tier players on that offensive line. I'm not on defensive line. I'm not going to sit here and say their defensive line was garbage, but we've played better D lines. We just did not show up to play. I bet you. Look, if we was at home, I think we win that game. I really do. Okay, I really do. I know they're traveling with the weather going on here in the States and things like that, but you still got to be ready to play. And I think they took these fools lightly. Say that. What's he say? I'm sorry.
Does it concern you though? Because to me, at some point, it's got to come back. Right, we got Evan Brown back. Hopefully, like next week when you play a D line in Chicago that's not very good, I think we should light them up running the football. Because if not, I'm going to be concerned considering we haven't really ran the ball well since before we played Green Bay. Our run game has pretty much been like not there since we played Green Bay. We've had to lean on the pass game.
Goff is low-key been carrying us.
You know what I mean?
Goff's been carrying us. And you know what? I'm going to give a shout-out to your boy Goffle. He has been playing some really good football as of late.
Yeah.
But we need to get to be able to where we're gonna run the ball.
He threw the longest pass of his career. You know, that was the longest throw in the air I know he's ever thrown. I've never seen him throw a ball that far in the air.
Which one? The Chark? Oh, the Khalid. No, that was a ball, though. That was a ball, though.
Yo, that was
a ball, though. That was a ball, though. And shout out to Khalif Raymond.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chark. Chark made a good 50-50 ball, 50-50 catch.
That was tough. Man.
That's the type of stuff where it's like, Chark, you deserve another contract.
Right.
Like, straight up. Right. Khalif Raymond, I think, deserves another contract, too. Like, I think Khalif should be a part of our future. I don't care. The dude run blocks. He plays hard. He runs tough when he gets the ball in his hands. Punt return, obviously did one last week. But they ruined my Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm sorry.
Don't ruin it, Red. No.
It was just the way we lost. Chat. Like, if we played Lions football and we lost, I'm cool with it.
Right.
But we did not look like the Lions. Even when we were 1-6, we were still playing like good tough-nosed football. We was just losing by beating ourselves or losing by possession and things like that. Like today, I'm gonna say we got dominated today.
You know what?
I don't care what the score shows. We got dominated. Go ahead.
No, we got bopped, Brad. No, we got dominated. 31-7. You got dominated. We got whooped. Okay. Here's what you know what this reminds me of? This makes me think of the first 7 games when our offense could score, but the defense couldn't stop anybody, just gashing us over and over. But then on top of that, we're also on the road, so our offense wasn't as consistent. Like we had the one turnover. It wasn't as consistent, but I almost feel like this is the kind of game where it's a bad time to have it, knowing that we kind of need these for a playoff push. But it also feels like the one where, like early this season, I bring up Minnesota a lot, but that one kind of felt like one to me where it's like, all right, we have to adapt. We have to figure this out. And this team came in and said, look at what they don't do well against the run. And they almost like hit us with everything that we've seemingly struggled with to stop the run. Like what we've adjusted to and gotten better at, we stopped that still. But like things that we've continued to have issues, but have been kind of hidden because teams haven't like attacked us with it, felt like they exposed us with. Like Dan Campbell almost sounded shocked that Sam Darnold did the read options like he did. And it was almost like they just I haven't seen enough the Panthers, but the 2 games I've watched, I didn't see him do one of those plays. So to see them do that made me feel like they came in with like this game plan that was like, look, you guys aren't good at this. And that's why I felt like defensively, like we weren't a step ahead. We were just kind of us, and we had to kind of adapt on the fly, like figure this thing out. But this is like that game where because of where you are in the season, it's a terrible time to have that because you needed this one. This would have been huge. But
this was our win. We needed this win.
We need this, but we're going to talk about it though. We are still technically alive, and because of that,
yes,
this is you. you got a perfect game coming up next week. Chicago, a team that just runs the football. So you got to take from this one and go to that one, because this team's going to keep your focus right in the same area. Because if this team, the Panthers, can run a read option with Sam Darnold, what do you think the Bears could do?
Oh, Lord. The Bears are about to the Bears about to watch tape and like, hey Fields, we're gonna get out here and run this read option and we're gonna stress out their defensive end and that front side linebacker.
Yes. Yep.
They did it well. I'm not like,
though. You know what I mean? Like they did. But it was like too long, man. Like, Brad, we started doing some stuff we've seen, man. You crash the D line in, they kick out their linebacker, and I'm like, all right, we're adapting, but it's like we're just too late. It's like you can't get beat that many times. I don't know who to point that to, but my overall takeaway, Brad, personally, this game made me appreciate Dan Campbell. Really, it did. This made me feel happy we have Dan Campbell as a coach. I know it sounds so weird because we just got blown out, but I just like the way that he does it. You know what I mean? Do you get that feeling too? Like the fight that he has.
He's going to get us bounced back mentally. Man. He's going to get us bounced back mentally. He'll get our team reset mentally to where he's going to be embedded in their head. Like it's do or die.
Yep.
Like he made the comment where he shortened up the season. Like, hey, these next few games, we just need to go this way. We need to win. But now he's about to put it into do or die mode, because that's essentially what it is do or die. Like, granted, everybody that's ahead of us in this playoff race are losing.
Yep.
It's helping us, but at the end of the day, we got to take care of business. We can't worry about what everybody else is doing. Seattle, Washington, and New York. We got to handle business. Today, we did not handle business. But you're right. To your point, I am happy that Dan Campbell is our head coach, because he's a leader of men, and he knows how to motivate and get these guys running. Today, didn't show that. I don't know what it was, but we was not ready to play football today. Man, we got smacked in the mouth, bro. Instantly.
Yeah, we did.
Gashed. They ran that first drive. I think it was 5 plays, all run. That's how I play Madden. So I was a fan of it. And that's why I gave a shout out to the Panthers. Like, bro, the Panthers came in with a great game plan. Just pound, because they have a solid defense. I don't throw the ball a lot in Madden. They came out that first drive and ran it down our throat, bro, and punched it in.
Yep.
Shout out to the Panthers. Like, you gotta give respect when respect's due. Like, this loss, I have to give respect to Carolina, because they just ran it down our throat, bro.
Yeah.
And we've been normally stopping the run and normally establishing the run. These past 7 games, we've established the run enough to where you have to respect it. Today, they didn't have to respect nothing.
There was no run, man.
They didn't have to respect anything.
We didn't have a
not one, bro.
Man,
that's scary, I didn't see it. If y'all seen it, put it in the chat, because I didn't see one good run besides Jared Goff scrambling. That's it. And if that's your best run, you're in trouble. We're in trouble. If your best run is Jared Goff scrambling, we're in trouble, hands down. We know that.
That's facts.
Let's be real. As a community,
I don't know how to react, Brad, but I got to be honest, man. And you know what? I felt like Swift played well running the ball last week. The drops are driving me crazy. I don't know if you saw it, but my goodness, man, I'm not at that point, but like in the moment, I'm like, this dude's got to go. The effort that I felt like he gave from the one time I saw the play where Goff like scrambled out, broke the play, and he kind of like tossed it up to him. I'm not saying he would have caught it, but Swift was running by a linebacker. My guy said this. He put out one hand like this. I was right there. I was like, I'm done, man. I can't do it. Like that part got me. I just didn't see I don't know. It just makes me concerned.
The effort,
forward, right? Yeah, just like I'm cutting out. Am I all right? Chat, let me know. Let me know, chat.
Yeah, I patched it together. Chat, was he cutting out? Was those cutting out? I patched it together, and I think it had to do with Swift's effort. I could be wrong. I thought that's what you were going. And bro, we gave him Swift. We gave up on Swift before the trade deadline.
Oh my gosh.
We've been gave up on him. We've been gave up on Swift. We've been gave him, and we love Swift. Like we do, man. But we have been giving up on Swift. I wanted him traded on the deadline. I thought we should have traded on him. Traded.
Yeah. I tried to buy in this week.
Then Jamal.
I thought he ran the ball well last week. Yeah, Jamal's injury.
Was that a high ankle? It looked like a high ankle sprain. By the way, his leg got contorted. That looked like a high ankle. I don't know. I mean, obviously they even gave it. I don't know if they given any news about it, but I seen someone in the chat. Shout out to the chat, yo. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? It's the holiday season. Do us a solid. Hit the like, the thumbs up. One time for the one time. It is what it is. But somebody in the chat did ask, like, Rat, is it time to bring Craig Reynolds out? 100% it's time to bring out Craig, especially if Jamal goes down. You need that power back. Yes, and y'all know I've been a fan of Craig since week 1. I think he is a little bit more explosive than Jamal, but Jamal has been scoring touchdowns. Jamal's been running the ball very well for us. He's a great leader. But yes, if Jamal's done, you got to bring up Craig 100%. You got to bring Craig in. So it is time for Craig Reynolds. And bring him on back, baby.
Yep, bring Jefferson in there.
Well, you cut out. I didn't hear your mic cut out again.
You know, like okay, but like let's say we don't have Jamal, right? If we don't have Jamal and we're not playing Swift no more, Craig Jackson.
We're playing Swift always.
I don't want to play Swift. No. He's making me mad, man. He's making me so
you got to play Swift off the strength of where he was drafted, his name, and he has put on some good film. Do I think his effort's 100%? No, but you got to play. You got to play Swift. It's time for Swift, Craig, and Justin. Like that's just where it's at. Like he said, Jamar, man, stop playing, man.
Jordy, right though, he would have given it an effort though. He wouldn't have did this because he's trying to play. That's the difference. Swift knows he's playing. Swift knows he ain't getting sacked. He will not get sacked.
Right.
Jamar Jefferson knows that if he's out there, that's it. It's a shot. He may never play again. He won't do this. He would go attack that football. He may get OPI on that one. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing this. That play got me. That's the one that's stuck with me, man. That hurt. That drove me nuts, man.
This whole game hurt.
Yeah.
Every play hurt. There's nothing you can. I can't find a positive about today's game. I can't.
You know what I thought? I thought, hey, maybe Goff should wear gloves all the time. Like, I don't know what kind of padding or stickiness those have, but the fact that he threw the ball that far, I'm like, hold up. Why is he not always wearing these? Gosh. Dude, he threw it
You
so
sure that's
far
his? I feel like he's thrown that far to Brandon Cooks before.
He may have.
I don't know if that's his farthest.
I just can't remember a Rams play like that. In the air, that was far. For a Lion, that was his furthest pass in the air, I believe.
I think credit should go to Khalif because if y'all looked at the route Khalif ran, he ran a damn good route. He ran a damn good route and finished it. So I think Khalif deserves more credit. Khalif, I'm sorry. Shout out to he does deserve more credit. Bro, the route he ran a really good route. And then he just separated.
Yeah.
And then he came up with a big catch.
We just never hit him because he's like so small. We never seem to hit him. He gets open a lot. It's just hard to hit the dude. That time we hit him though, that was good. I wish the game was closer because that play would have been like really awesome. Be like, man, remember that?
We needed more time, like you said. I felt like we did adjust, but the time was like starting to tick on us. And that fumble, golly, that fumble, that just never happens. Like,
what the heck was?
I can't remember. I don't know. Has that happened this time this season? I know Jamal is fumbled. I'm talking like from center to quarterback exchange. What's that noise?
Last year, Chicago. That sounded like you. Ooh.
Do you hear it?
Yeah. Wait, what do I hear?
I don't know. Is that me? I just don't know. I don't understand. Like, we're gonna move past that. Because I don't know if that's me. Like, what has an alarm going? I don't know what has going. That's definitely me. It sounds very. Well, give me a second, because I'm upset about the center.
He said, "Find my iPhone."
Oh, okay. Chat. I don't know whose iPhone. Let me. I'm just upset about the fumble. Dang it! The center to quarterback exchange never happens bad with us. We have a Pro Bowl center, which I don't really get caught up. I want to talk about Pro Bowl snaps in a second. Give me a second, man. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good, man. You're good, man. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, the muff punt was an opportunity, even though it wasn't a great one. I thought it was an opportunity. But yeah, no, I think last year Chicago was the last time I remember the exchange we messed up, but it was different. He like snapped it off his shoulder. Goff wasn't ready for it or something. And then the defense caught it. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Still funny though. But that one was very unfortunate. I mean, to have it at your own, but I think the biggest takeaway from that, honestly, is that they recovered the fumble at their own 9, and they went down and scored a touchdown. Like, that's probably the biggest takeaway, is the fact that from their own, 9-yard line, they still went down and scored a touchdown. I'll give credit to our special teams. I feel like kickoff return has been pretty good. There's a positive. All right. There's a positive. Kickoff return, solid. Khalif doing his job as a punt returner. So, yeah. I mean, we had 3 batted passes, I think. Three batted passes, which was the biggest issue for me in the pass game. It felt like most of them came from the Evan Brown side, but I know one came from the right tackle position. Sometimes you get those. Like, if I get 1, okay, 3. But yeah, I do. But my takeaway, like, if I had to, how I felt like the game went, I really felt like our run defense, they hit us with great scheme. Like Rad said, we were a step late. There's a reason that Okuda sat. And then on top of that, they adjusted, they adapt, but we didn't have enough time. We had to be perfect defensively, almost not perfect, but when you got 3rd and 13, 3rd and 11, you got to get off the field. When they convert both of those, the way that they're milking the clock to start the second half, we only had 4 possessions in the first half. And one of them was an 81-yard drive that was a fumble. We only had 4 possessions. So in the second half, you have 4 possessions down by 17. They missed 2 opportunities to get stops. And then in the second half, you had 2 3-and-outs. One of them was a pass that was 1 yard short of the first down, which we decided to punt on. And then I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, the other one was just 2 sacks in a row. It was a sack, and then the whatever the heck this was from Swift, and then we punted again. So.
And our 2-point conversion play was terrible. That's the worst 2-point conversion play I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. So I had to go figure out what that noise was. It was my lady's Apple Watch, which was weird. Somebody's trying to hack her. But was that not the worst 2-point conversion play you've ever seen?
That was probably the funniest thing.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I understand that one.
And we rushed to the line of scrimmage like we was about to make something happen. We ran to the line of scrimmage so quick. I'm like, ooh, what's about to happen? This is what happened? Bro, that was the worst 2-point conversion play I've seen in my life. Thank you. I've never seen something that terrible. I'm like, bro, that wasn't even creative. Why did we run to the line of scrimmage to do that? Like, I'd have rather you quarterback sneaked it and we get them 2 yards. That play was terrible.
Yeah, man,
and I almost hit you up like, bro, did you just see what we did? Like, this was the worst play I've ever seen. And then they overloaded on that side, so it's like you're not even being creative. Like, okay, it's overloaded, so maybe they might be going this way.
Right.
Like, bro, that was terrible. It was that was the worst 2-point I've ever seen.
Justin Jackson looked a little surprised he got the football. That's the part that got me. It's because, hold up. You were surprised? You lined up
he wasn't ready for it. Like, he wasn't like they just installed that play last night at the hotel. And he was like, oh shit, we were actually running this play. You could tell they've never really practiced that play a lot. That was terrible, bro. I thought you'd have been better off running Sewell on a jet to the flat again and trying that over again. I would have, me personally, I would have probably faked something off of that. I'd have brought Sewell on a jet, faked it, and did something different. But just oh, Sewell's in motion, he might be getting it again. Something like that. But to call that play, that was terrible, bro.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like nobody was ready today, from the offense to the defensive coordinators, from the offense to the defensive players. Like, nobody was ready, bro.
Yeah.
We got punched in the mouth and then realized, oh, we're in a fight, but it's it's too late.
That's what I feel like.
And I'm going to blame it on the weather. I'm going to blame it on the weather. That's the only thing I can say. I'm going to blame it on the weather. We're going to bounce back next week against Chicago.
What? I don't
know what it was.
Move on. This game was,
they was thinking about Christmas.
Hey, every team's
probably ready, but they wanted to get back home, open presents and gifts with their family.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Other things on their mind, man.
But this wasn't playoff football. This was not.
You would not call this playoff football?
Those.
I mean, we would lose the game, but it could be playoff football. We definitely would have lost. Okay.
You're right. The way we look today don't look like we're ready for the playoffs, because you need to show up or show out when you get in the playoffs. Because at that point, you're at the dance. Now let's dance our ass off. Today, we did not dance our ass off. Today, we got out there and did some Napoleon Dynamite type dancing.
Right.
Which wasn't on point.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I feel like it's a mix, man. Like some of them, I'm like, look, bro, there's players aren't doing nothing. And then at the same time, I also flip it and like, he had a like is that how it is though? Defense. I'm gonna ask you because you probably know better. For a defense, do you think it's like one of these things where we're doing our things well? We had to adapt because this is how we got beat in the past. So this is how we handle when teams do this. So defense maybe more responding to what teams do to us. So we play our defense. They hit us with this. Okay, let's adjust and do this. Or is it one of those things where you can be like, hey, we expect that they're going to come in and try to get our defensive ends in this action. So we need to be ahead of that. Or is it just like one of those things where, okay, now we're seeing it. Okay, we got to find a plan at halftime to make sure that we're taking this away now. We got to change it up a little bit. Like, you know what I'm asking? You get what I'm asking? Because like an offense, is it almost like the offense is dictating that, or do you feel like the defense can dictate that? Because the offense,
I think the offense something. The offense was dictating it. The offense was dictating what they were going to do to us, and our defense couldn't stop it. I feel like, I mean, they get paid to do it, so obviously they watched film. It's just that we wasn't executing at a high level, like the zone reads, the read options and stuff like that. We just wasn't executing. I mean, I think they just took advantage of our big D ends,
right?
And they did what they wanted to do.
But do you think you could? Like, because I get what you're saying, but like, because it wasn't like a one-off though, you know, it wasn't like, oh, one time our big DN got in trouble. It was like every time they attacked him, they got a big play out of it. So do you think that's just execution, or do you think that's something that you could have been ahead of because you could have dictated that you're not going to do this to us? Not to say that specifically, but just as a whole.
I honestly think it's execution, because at this point we've been stopping the run the past few weeks to where we feel like, you know, we can stop anybody when it comes to run. I think it's just that they executed very well. They exploited us.
Oh no, they definitely did.
I think
that's the great word. That's what I thought. I thought we got exposed.
I think they exploited us. They exploited us. That's what I think it was. Like we watched film. We came in with a game plan. Like, they're professionals. Even at a high school level, you come in with a game plan. It's just now executed, but they exploited us. They executed better and seeing that it worked, so we're going to stick to it. They gashed us every which and way. Like, I got to go back and watch to see, was it the D-line getting pushed around? Was the linebackers not filling their gaps? Like, what was it? Because they were gashing us to where Iffy made a lot of big tackles. It was just him by himself making tackles. And when you get all the way back to your safety, like, something's going wrong on those, obviously on those front two levels. They exploited us today to where if Chicago's smart, I'm going to watch this film because I have a better, and
that's what I'm saying.
I have a better, more mobile quarterback than Sam Darnold. I think Hubbard is more athletic and explosive than their running backs. But at the same time, let's just mimic their game plan and see if we can beat them. That's how I look at it. They exploited us, bro. We made adjustments in the second half, but at the end of the time, it was too late. To your point, like, we ran out of time.
So that's why I asked that, because I feel like we made adjustments. I thought we were doing things differently in the second half to combat what they were trying to attack offensively. So I almost feel like in a way we were kind of exposed in the first half, where they said, look, you guys aren't defending these. These are your weaknesses, and they found them. Where other teams maybe didn't find them, or a team like Jacksonville maybe seemingly could have found them and found ways to still expose our cornerbacks not coming down and making the tackle. But Jacksonville was forced out of it because we scored so much. It was like we can't run football anymore. The opposite here, they were able to just keep pushing those buttons until finally in the second half, we had time to almost like come out with a whole new strategy. Because in the first half, our strategy, it seemed like they just had all the answers. So to me, that's why I asked if it was like one of those things you think it was like they were just exposed a little bit. Like they were behind. They got outcoached in the first half, basically as simple as that, to put it, just defensively.
That's it. Thank you. I was just about to say that. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I was going to say we're going to get outcoached. We got outcoached and exposed. Like, you hit it.
Did you see that run? That zone run where Duracell was there and there was a defensive end? There was two guys on the right side. And it was like, that's not going to work. And there was three blockers. So he just handed it to him and there was a massive hole. Like, we talked about stuff like, we talked about stuff like this early in the season where Seattle, it was like, well, we're in a bad spot here.
Like Glenn put us.
That's what it felt like.
I think our coordinators, we got out coached. Like nobody was here. I don't think Ben Johnson was fully on board. Like not on board, but he wasn't like fully ready, and neither was Aaron Glenn. Because there is some plays where I thought defensively, like, bro, we're just in bad like alignment. To your point, that play right there, that's just bad alignment. Like they're not set up for success. I get they're professionals, and you gotta make plays. But like also you need to set your team up for success, and they just didn't do that, man. It was dose. Right. This was
the vibe I got.
I hate to say it, but like I don't. It's not worse than the Patriots game, but it kind of is because I don't know. I feel like we got a lot on the line. We've been playing good football. This to me was our worst loss of the season. That's just how I'm taking it because I feel like we've been playing outstanding football.
Right. But I think it could be good. I think it could be good in the sense that they exposed us and the fact that we were able to improve. Like my thing is that let's say in the first half we were getting gashed, in the second half we came out and we were getting gashed, and there was no we tried new things and we just could not figure it out. That would concern me almost more because then heading into next week, I know Chicago can just say, well, look at what they did. We're going to do that. And now it's like, can the Lions find answers because they need these next two? But because in the second half you improved as much as you did, even though it wasn't perfect, it gives me the sense that this could be a good thing. And not good that you lost, but as good as you could take it for a loss.
A learning experience.
You can definitely learn from it and say, okay, well, we can fix this. This is how they're going to attack us. We can stop this. Like that's and now you see, what is it? Washington is losing. Seattle lost. So we're still in. We're basically probably going to end up in the same exact spot. We're
it's still we're going to say yes, 100%. We're sitting right exactly. But scheduling wise, let's talk playoffs. Let's pull that up. You want to pull that up? Can you pull up because
yep, find it.
There's still a chance. I think we still can run away with this, even though we took that L because we talked about how we can't go any worse than 3-1. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, we're as of right now, we were talking like a 4-game. It was a 4-game, wasn't it? Was it 4? Yeah, because we started against the Jets, so it's a 4-game. So right now we could still go 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody losing helps us because I know the chat was asking is there still a chance we can get in the hunt? Are we still in the hunt? 100% we're still in the hunt because everybody lost ahead of us.
That's what it looks like is going to happen. Hopefully, Washington loses. Oh, no worries. The biggest thing I'll point out, though, first off, this isn't updated, but it's that Jets-Seattle game. That's the game. That is the game because I don't think they're going to lose to the Rams. Unless, to your point, the Giants losing, the Giants went out and lost their last two. Either you need the Giants to lose their last two or you need Seattle to lose to the Jets or Rams. And then you need Washington, who looks like they're going to lose to San Fran, to lose one of their
They're going to lose out. Commanders are going to lose out.
You win your last two.
I think the Commanders are going to lose out.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to. I think the Commanders are going to lose out. Seattle lost to KC. Jets and Rams. That Rams one, I think they could possibly pull off. They could possibly pull off that Jets one. Golly.
I know. So then you got to look at the Giants and say if they win both, the Giants have to lose both, which I don't think that's going to happen.
Because of that Indy game.
Yeah, and Philly rest everybody.
You're right.
But I'm with you. I think Washington has another loss in there. I think Washington for sure. It just does Seattle lose to the Jets.
I think they could lose to Cleveland and Dallas, bro. Cleveland, it's tough. Don't get it twisted. Yes. Don't let the record fool you. I think Cleveland's a tough football team. I know we'd have issues against Cleveland. You can't stop Carolina's run. You can't stop Cleveland's. But
right.
Yeah, that Giants with Hurts getting hurt. I think Philly might rest everybody that last week. We still in the hunt to answer the chat's question. I think we're still in the hunt, obviously. But losing this one's just good.
You can see it. It's that one game, man. It's the Seattle.
And that Green Bay game, that Green Bay game's away. That's in Green Bay, right?
Yes. However, yes. But we talked about this. So Green Bay plays at Miami. If Green Bay loses that one, and let's say we win the last two, if we win our next one, then we're 2 games up on them. The last one won't matter versus Green Bay. So they might rest everybody? mean, they might. I don't know. Maybe they'll play Aaron. What's his name?
They might play
Jordan
Love.
Yeah,
They might play Love just to see what you got.
But if they win
Jesus.
if they win both of their games, not both. But if they beat Minnesota, then that game could come down to potentially, probably won't. Whoever wins that one gets in the playoffs. It could come down to us in Green Bay. That would be kind of cool. I'm here for
it. That hurt. This loss hurt. I'm telling you, this. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because this loss hurt more than any game this year. I'm telling this game hurt, man. Like, because we didn't look like the Detroit Lions today. We didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We got controlled on both ends of the ball, especially in the trenches. And it hurts, man. Like, it hurts, Bubba. Because it's like, now looking at the playoff picture, I don't want to say we need everybody to lose out, but it's looking kind of.
We just need Seattle to lose to the Jets, basically, or the Rams.
That's key.
Yep,
that's key. We need Seattle somewhere to like slip up on one of those, and
if they do, I think we're in. Obviously, we have to win our last two, Chicago, Green Bay.
But realistically, I just don't see. I think we're going to
be ready for Chicago. They could lose to the Jets, right? If Mike White plays, I could see it. I'm just worried that they won't score at all. The Jets won't score.
Bro, the Jets doesn't have a good defense.
Seattle's defense is kind of awful too, though. We did drop 45.
But the Jets' offense is not kind of bad. They're very bad.
Yeah, they're
They are. They're very bad.
Yeah,
they're bad.
Hey, look, it takes 1 week.
Washington lose out.
Never know.
We need Indy to like show up. Like, y'all got a good defense,
but
Jonathan Taylor's out. Like, golly, the Giants might sneak in, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because Indy's not playing good football, and Philly's about to sit people. San Fran's locked in. It's like Seattle and Washington. We just need somebody to slip up. Good gosh.
You said it, though. Washington's not going to beat Dallas because Dallas is playing for the 2 seed with Minnesota. So they're not going to rest anybody because they want to get two buys or 2 home games.
Dallas, they're going to lose to Dallas and Cleveland. Washington's going to lose out. I don't believe the Commanders are for real. It's just now looking at that. That's why I wanted Washington to beat the Giants. But it went the opposite way. So now it's like messing things up. I didn't see us losing to Carolina. And Seattle, shoot, they might end up winning out. Good googly moogly. We just need these NFC. We need the NFC East to just like crumble. We need them to crumble because out of everybody, we have wins over them. You know what I mean? We got those tiebreakers,
but it's very possible,
and then obviously that tie. No, it's possible, but
at very least, Red, though, we win next week, and the last week decides our playoffs. At very least, week 18 would decide whether or not we're in or out of the playoffs if we win next week.
But that's scary, being on the road in a cold weather game.
But it's fun, too,
in Green Bay.
I mean, that's what you want.
It is,
for the players, that's all that matters. You play at 1 o'clock. It's the playoff game, man. You win, you're in, especially if Green Bay's trying to get in. Because then it's like you can knock each other out, man. That's hey. If we could have had,
I get it. That's exciting,
man. Yeah,
but it's just like dang. And then Seattle, it's like,
yeah, Seattle's.
We're not rooting for the Rams against Seattle, but if the Rams win, that hurts our draft pick, and it's like, dang, bro, like we in the Seattle game last week, we getting beat, we losing either way because if the Rams win, it hurts our draft capital. If Seattle wins, it hurts our playoffs. It's like, God,
we'll take the playoffs. I know you will take the playoffs with me. We'll take the playoffs. Forget the
100%. Give me playoffs. Give me playoffs over draft capital any day of the week. Like, because at the end of the day, that pick's going to be a top 10 pick. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But I liked it better when it was sitting at number 3 or number 4. Let's be real. Because I want to go get us a cornerback 1. And Okudah got exposed again today, showing that he's a CB2.
Mm-hmm.
Showing that Okudah. No disrespect to Okudah. I think he's a high caliber CB2. But he is not a CB1.
No.
I honestly think Jerry Jacobs is probably better in covers than Okudah.
I agree. And that's why I was so that's why I felt so good about. I didn't feel good that they sat the dude, but I was like, oh, this is different. Like I would never have thought that they would do that. So to see them do it, it made me feel good about like what our coaching.
I get what you're saying. Like nobody's bigger than the team. Like
right.
We don't care where you were drafted. We don't care what your name is. Other than Swift. Swift's the only person who can give Jamie Collins type effort and continue to play.
Jamie Collins.
Oh, what? Hey, we nailed that early in the year. Like, bro, Jamie Collins looks like he doesn't even want to play for us. Then we trade him. Like, he's giving that type effort, but he's going to continue to play. What, bro? Everybody's seen Jamie Collins' efforts too. The fuck? Like,
like, you need to go down that road, man.
I'm just saying, like, he's giving that type effort, but he's going to continue to play. You're right. Only person who doesn't get pulled is Swift. Like, it is what it is. They love him,
right.
But it's time to trade him.
But you know what? Positive note, Red. Special teams.
There's no positives, but go ahead.
Let me give you a positive. We can throw the ball in the cold. Yes, we're gonna be able to handle this cold elements in Green Bay.
Can we? Because Goff missed a lot of throws that I feel like he normally would make.
He missed like 2.
Come on, bro.
3.
He had a couple Tebow
you got to point out because I know the one at the end of J-Mo where he like threw it short, but other than that one, like, give me one.
That where it hit like 2 yards in front of him.
Okay, that was bad. One? Okay.
The Amon-Ra St. Brown screen, little screen to the right.
That one was bad. That's right, because there was a flag. That's why I forgot that one.
And I feel like it was a flag, but Amon-Ra took the blame. Like, oh, I got to catch that. Like, yeah, it did hit your hands, Playboy, but your quarterback put you in a bad spot. There was another throw. It was a throw to Josh Reynolds. It was a throw to Josh Reynolds too. He threw kind of high.
Not the touchdown, bro. Oh, okay.
Not the touchdown. No, not the touchdown. I'm thinking, when was it? He threw it high, and it's like, bro, you didn't even put it on our guy. It's like if you'd have put it on him, he wouldn't have had an issue.
Oh, he didn't catch it.
I don't know, man. Why is Josh Reynolds out playing J-Mo?
Okay, I don't know how to answer this question, so you can give your theory. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't get it. Like, how are you still out playing J-Mo?
I don't know. Like, especially with Josh, because Josh is not an underneath threat by really any stretch. So they're just kind of they're really slowly working into this. I mean, Romeo's outplaying him now by far. I have to believe, and that's like happened immediately. So I don't know. It's got to just be timing to me. It's got because this is a big timing offense, but that just feels kind of weird that he's not playing that much. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I don't know.
I mean, I think it's to your point. I think it's timing, and I also think it's. I don't want to say playbook. Does he not know the plays and audibles? Maybe.
That's true. That's true because
it has to be. That's the only thing I can think. It has to be playbook and audibles and hot reads at that point. Like, because
that's true.
I don't know why
they do make a lot of.
Why is Josh Reynolds still playing them?
Hey, they make a lot of calls at the line, right? From what we know, they come out with multiple plays and then they pick one. So that could be something. If you're doing a lot of that and he doesn't know, that could be something. But I would think he would.
Does Jeff Okudah need to go? Does Okudah need to go? I don't think he needs to go either.
I don't know where you go from there. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, could he not start? That's possible. I don't think you need to start him.
And does he deserve a second contract?
Not yet.
That's a question.
This is year 3, Rad. After this, your 5th-year option is available. I would not pick up the 5th-year option at this point.
I wouldn't either. I put him on a prove it deal. I put it on a prove it 100%.
I'd wait, man. Hey, give me more year 4, and then we'll talk again. But I can't. I haven't seen enough yet, man. Because I get it. You look fine, but is he better? Better than what? I mean, I'm not really comparing it to anything.
This is his first year where we need to compare it off of. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're going to take the film and compare it to next year and see, like, have you shown some growth and things like that. Yep. But we got to go out and get us a CB1. We got to get a CB1.
Yes, we do.
We got to.
I agree, man.
Anything else, Brody?
I want to get an offensive lineman in the draft.
Okay, that's a good final thought. I want a D lineman in the draft in a corner.
I'm with you, man. O-line, though, is starting to work its way up, though, on needs for me, man. I think we need another dog on the O-line. The more games that we watch where this run game is nowhere to be found, the more I'm going to be like, uh-oh, we might have to get an O-lineman, man, because this is starting to get bad. We're in a bad territory. You got to remember, like, our averages on the season are probably still middle of the pack. Dude, we were averaging like 7 yards a carry to start the year. We have like not ran well in a long time. It's been months since we've done anything on the ground. It's concerning, dude. That's concerning. That's what I want. I want an offensive lineman. Hey, give me another tackle too.
All right, man. Well,
who's your biggest Pro Bowl snubs?
Thank you. There we go. I knew it was something. Pro Bowl snubs. I think the biggest Pro Bowl snub. I think it has to be like, it's either. I got a couple. I can't. The biggest though. I got to pick one.
No, you can pick a couple.
I think it's Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Taylor Decker. I think those are the biggest snubs.
Mm-hmm. How about defense?
I really do. Defense, no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any defensive snubs. Like, we haven't played good enough all year long to like think any of you jokers should get put on the Pro Bowl. I get Aiden Hutchinson leading all rookies in sacks and James Houston's in second, but
that's wild.
No, defensively, offensively, I think it's our tackles and St. Brown. I think Goff over Kirk Cousins, to be real. Like, I think Goff got snubbed by Kirk Cousins. I think Goff deserves to be there over Kirk Cousins, but their record is better. So, but it's all a popularity contest at the end of the day. If we were sitting with that record, Penei Sewell, St. Brown, Goff, with the stats they currently have, if our record was Minnesota's record, they all get in.
That's facts.
So I think those four are snubbed 100%. I think Decker has played super solid. Even today, he plays solid. But you got any snubs before we go?
Yeah, I think Sewell's the biggest one for me. Sewell and St. Brown.
Yep.
But I'm with you. I kind of get why Geno's there, but now they're starting to lose, so it's starting to look worse. Like, they have the same record as us, but Geno's stats are coming back to earth. But Geno's stats are similar to Goff's. So the fact that Kirk Cousins in there is simply just based on wins, well, obviously popularity, but the way that we can look at it is wins. So you make a great point because Goff's numbers are much better than Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Oh, and also Jamar Jefferson. I just give him a little.
Okay. Hey, look here, y'all.
Scout team.
Hey, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. Everybody be easy. Do your thing. Spend your time with your family. Open gifts. And the Lions disappointed us today. Anything else before we out?
Amazing. Your thumbnail was amazing.
Shout out to my guy Naylor. He made that. I didn't make that one. Naylor made that. Naylor made that. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy. He made that because it's like, bruh, what, man? I'm out of here. You know what?
That was
y'all
awesome,
be easy.
Man.
Over there on the East Coast, have a good night. Enjoy your time with your family. Happy holidays. Dose, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Love you, dog. Go get Dying Light 2. Download it right now. Let's get on PS5, 4, / whatever, And we out. Be easy. Go Lions. It's still Go Lions. Us versus everybody. We still got a chance to make the playoffs. And we out. Holla.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.